In this video, I'm going to show you and demo ZOER. This is a really cool, sophisticated, no-code tool, and it can build pretty much anything because it is full stack. It could build a CRM, it can build a Airbnb clone. But first, let's take a look at the pricing. Pricing is nice and simple. You've got the starter plan with a trial, gives you 100 credits, and it's only $5, and you can remove the branding. Keep in mind, this is full stack, which means it has authentication, a database, and all the things that you've come to expect in these leading AI coding tools. Now, my plan for this video to test ZOER out is to build a front end for an application that I did in a recent video. So in this video here, I used Lovable AI to build the front end for an N8N automation. So today I'm going to use ZOER to build this same front end and see if it can do it faster and better than Lovable. So the basic process we're going to go through is we use ZOER, and it's going to build a front-end application that is going to connect into this N8N automation using webhook and return to webhook. And this automation is basically a customer service AI agent using a vector store built on Supabase. So we'll get ZOER to build the front end for it using exactly the same process that I used for Lovable, and we'll see how it goes. So the first step in the process is we need the PRD that I used in the previous example. So if we go over to Online Ninja AI and you head to the classroom, and you scroll down a bit, you can get to this demo PRDs folder. And in here, there's an AI Customer Service Assistant PRD. So I'm just going to take a copy of that, which I've already done. And we're going to go back to ZOER. We're going to paste it in. Now, the only thing I have done after I've pasted this, or just before I pasted it, is I changed, there are some webhook URLs, if I find them here somewhere. So you'll just see here in the PRD, it asks for a test webhook URL and also a production webhook URL. And that comes from over here. If you click in the webhook, you can see there is the test URL, there is the production URL, and I've added these into the document. Apart from that, I have not changed it at all. But anyone that uses this PRD should make this change, and it gives you a good chance of basically one-shotting the front-end build. So if I hit go on this, with a bit of luck, we'll get an application as per the spec and have a customer service agent built. Now you'll see from this point, it's a little bit different to some of the other tools. It's going to have a think about the entire requirements document, and then it's going to tell it back to you what it's going to build. Talks about the features. And I kind of like this. The styles, so it's understood what the style and the layout, the topography, the components are going to need. It's going to use ShadCN UI components. Now, I'm all happy with that, so I'm just going to hit build. Now, the first thing you're going to notice here, unlike some of the other tools, it seems a little bit more sophisticated, a bit more technical, and it's going to build out the code for all the components we need for this front-end application. Now, rather than fast forwarding through this, I'm just going to let it go in real time. So this video is not going to be cut or edited. So there is nothing missed. You can see every step. And if you do this yourself, you should get exactly the same result. This is the chat interface component. It's been coded out. Now we're doing the authentication route. Now it is doing a little bit of thinking here, so I may speed a bit of this up and put it at times 10 speed. All right, so it's saying the build is complete and it's launching the app, so we should be able to see a preview in a second. Okay, so it has completed the build and it has done pretty much exactly what Lovable had done. It is the first screen you get is the authentication, which is correct. You have to have an authentication to use this automation, and that is so that context can be retained through the chat. So it uses the email address as the session ID parameter. To make sure this works, because we will we'll first test it in test mode. So if we go back to N8N, close this down, I have to run this, execute, so it runs in test mode. and this will be waiting for the chat from ZOER if it's worked. So I need to create an account, so I'm going to sign up. I'll just enter in some details here. Now, that did log me in, but it did ask for email verification, and because I was using test at test, I just had to disable the email verification, which is, you can see this message here, just disable email verification, and that's what it did, and then it authenticated me straight in. The big test now is to actually ask a question. Now, because the N8N model is trained on the rules of football or soccer, depending on where in the world you are, that is the kind of question I will ask. First question is, what is a corner kick? And we get a response. Now, if I go back to N8N, we should see the green workflow across the automation to show that that's actually triggered and nothing else is going on. So if we go back to N8N, you can see here the entire workflow. It used the brain of the agent. It's gone into memory, so we have a session going. We have a responder webhook which fired the response, but in here the tool went down to the vector store and got the answer from the embedding. ZOER has worked in the test mode. Now I'm going to put it into production mode. So if I go to N8N and I toggle this across to production, you can see now we're active, so it'll use the production URL. Go back to ZOER. I'm actually going to flick this across. I'll just ask another question like, what is a throw-in? And that's working beautifully. In fact, the layout and the UI is slightly better than what I had with Lovable because it's put the chat within a container. And so you can keep asking the question in this same spot down the bottom and scroll through the responses. Now, if this is a true customer service agent, we might want to build an additional feature. And I think a good feature would be if someone has come to your site and they've asked a few questions, maybe you want to prompt them to book a meeting because this can take the low level or the medium level inquiries, and then you can offer them a meeting to book them, depending on your product or your service. So I'm going to prompt ZOER here to pop up a modal if the user asks more than 3 questions and they get the opportunity to book a meeting. And just says, if a user asks more than 3 or more questions in the chat, make it trigger a modal pop-up to ask the site visitor if they'd like to book a meeting, and there's a calendar link there. So I'm just going to run this. Alrighty, so it has built this new feature. So let's test it out. We're still in production mode, so I've just got to ask 3 questions. Just ask it the old question, what a corner kick is, again. Now I'll ask it, what is offside? Okay, now I'll ask the 3rd question, what is a throw-in? And then we get a modal pop-up, which is exactly what's been spec'd. I see you've asked several questions. Would you like to book a 30-minute meeting with one of our experts that can give you personalized assistant? So I'm going to hit book a meeting, and there we go. We have our calendar meeting, we can book it, and we're locked in. So our customer service agent is working. I really like ZOER. I like the way it works, the speed, the layout, and so far I've not encountered any issues. So if you want to give it a try, there'll be a link in the description. It's not an affiliate link or anything, but it's a great app. Give it a go. Also, don't forget, if you want to build a customer service agent, make sure you head over to Online Ninja AI, get the PRD, and you can build this yourself in one shot. And I'll leave a link to this video that built it at the end here. Catch you in the next one.